Hello, Ojas, and welcome to Zarah Windy, the podcast, season 3. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you, Wendy, for having me here. I'm so glad to see you and have the conversations with you. It's always a pleasure.
I was really excited to do this. We've had several conversations in person and online already over the years, and it just made sense that you would appear as one of my guests on my podcast. And the reason I thought of you recently was because you had a very interesting experiment, which you'll talk about later. But before that, I wanted to introduce you. So you're a teacher, among other things, originally from India, based in Vietnam. So can you tell us a little bit about your work and about your organization, the Diviners? Ojas, please.
Yes. So our main combination is art and meditation. There are many organizations which establish meditation activities, mindful activities, but art is always related to entertainment in many ways. But our organization bring that awareness. Art is not just for entertainment, but art has so much deep values that it can cultivate our essence from within. It can bring to our source. So anytime we are connecting with the source, we are focusing in the source, definitely meditation come in. So that is the connection between art and meditation. So all our activities, it's a combination of art and meditation. And personally, I'm an artist. I'm an actor. I'm so glad to say I'm an actor because I have so much passion to make movies and bring the wisdom into movies. Because what I believe, movie is a powerful tool. Through the movies, we can bring lots of inspiration to the world. That's why I'm always grateful to be an artist, at the same time bringing the values of meditation. So our organization is all about art and meditation combination. And now it's active in our Vietnam. So since 6 years, we have been establishing all the techniques, methods that are useful in the combination of art and meditation.
So when you say you're an actor, what kind of an actor? Tell me a bit about that. I don't know that aspect of your work. Can we see you in a film, in a short film, or?
Exactly. I have been worked in some films in a short roles, but we made our short films. So I made few short films and we created a Short to Shine studio. We have our movie equipment and we are focusing to do more short films actually. And also I have focused to create the future films.
Where can we see your films, Ojas?
Currently it's uploaded in my YouTube. There is one film I created already. It's called The Purpose by Ojas Oneness. If you search in the YouTube, you can get that film. So I played a double role. So I am the
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yes. And there is another short film called action short film. So I do some action stunts in that. But there are the quality stuff gonna come up.
Nice. So these are projects that you're working on at the moment.
Exactly.
So Ojas, I want to go directly and talk about the 40-day blindfolded meditation experiment. How did this come about? Why did you decide to do this?
Yeah. Actually, what happens when we are going through lots of spiritual practices, we hear speeches, we hear the podcast, or we read the books, and even we teach. Most of the time, intense practice we miss because this can be a surface practice. We only process intellectually. But so far, I encounter processing from the intellectual, processing from the deeper being, his whole difference. Because when we process from the intellectual, we will know what is essence, what is consciousness, what is expansion means. We can understand, we can really connect with those stuff. But at the same time, when situation comes, when the hardship comes, somewhere we really pull down, we feel little down. But once our being, the whole being shifted, which means it's beyond intellectual, we can call it wisdom or living in the wholeness. So I always have focus on that, and I believe doing something beyond physical comforts that will gives us more deeper process. So this is one of my understanding always allows me to do this kind of experiments. So this really helped me when I did this 42 days blindfolded plus 21 days fasting. It helped me to understand dynamics of my mind in a deeper level.
Is this a practice that you've learned that is practiced by maybe some of your teachers, or how did you come up with this specific practice as instead of a different one like going to a mountain or whatever, isolating yourself like this? I've never heard of this, the blindfold meditation practice.
Yeah, when I was young, when I was practicing meditations and exploring the spiritual things, that time I used to practice for 3 days blindfolded. So I already did couple of times 3 days blindfolded.
So where did you learn this practice, Ojas? Is it a common practice in where you learn meditation in India, or?
No, it's not common practice. It's just by choice. Those who is really intense, they follow their calling. Each person have different calling.
So this isn't something that you learned from your guru or from your master
No,
when
it's
you were
not
young.
particularly like that. I just inspired by myself. It's a
Oh,
long ago.
okay. Okay. So you said you've done this a few times, but this the longest one, or you've already done it this long, or?
Yeah, this 42 days. 42 days is the longest one. Before
So
I did only 3 days, couple of times,
yeah.
but this is a long time.
And so why did you decide on 42? I'm sorry, I have all these questions. Like, why not 21? Or, did you specifically say 42, or did you like see how you wanted to see how far you could go with the process, or?
Yes. No, I particularly kept 42 days challenge. I said, now I close my eyes. After 42 days, I will open my eyes. So that is the first commitment I took. And the reason I took 42 days because 21 days is 42 days. Normally 21 days is a cycle for the brain to adopt anything. If we double it, maybe that adoption can be better. That is just a common sense or just my opinion. But normally 42 days also a practice. 21 days, 42 days. Again, we add another 21 days. It's always doubles like that.
Yeah, usually I know 21 day, for example, is used in so many spiritual practices. Can you walk us a little bit through that process? So you've already done the 3. What happens first of all when you do 3 days blindfolded?
3 days blindfolded. That time also little difficult. But the thing is, that time I have the possibility to eat. I used to eat, and I sit inside my room. I meditate. So my mother helps me. So I find it's okay. But when I'm doing this 42 days practice, at one point I felt really so difficult, and then my mind says to give up. But I do my best to be objective with my mind, because the fundamental truth is everything is temporary. Things will change once we are patient. So I started to recollect that knowledge I have, wisdom I have. So I started to guide or suggest my brain, my mind to be stable and accept this challenge and be patient. So there is a few times, it's a weak times, but there is a times we feel good. I feel I can do it.
So that you said that there was a time that was very difficult. How far into the practice did you reach that time where you said like, this is really too hard? That moment you mentioned.
Actually, first 21 days I used to interact with the team. Even I blindfolded. I just walk around. I interact everything. I speak and I eat. So first 21 days I don't feel it's difficult. I felt fine.
Oh, okay.
But after 21 days, I started to be in silence.
So this is also your decision when you started the first 21 days. Okay.
Yes, first I only started for 42 days blindfolded. Then after I told to my team after 21 days, from now I gonna be fasting too.
Fasting and also in silence.
Yes, together. So blindfolded, fasting and silence together, it's become more because I'm not using any senses outside, everything in and everything, and it's not easy to objective, because when we don't have altering senses, When we can alter the senses, we can be objective. When we're not able to alter the sense, it's always in the same loop. It's so difficult to be objective. And I feel like it's a big monster I'm facing inside.
So tell us about the monster. What I mean, I'm really curious to find out what happens.
You see,
Is it like a psychosis?
for example, when we close eyes, that's okay, it's fine for me because I have been meditating, and closing eyes is very natural for us. But hunger is so deep. Once we cross 7 days, 10 days, the hunger will be more increases. So that time it's like a big monster we need to face. Monster in the sense, so much difficulty. So for that, I need to stabilize myself. I need to take deep breaths, and I have to say to myself, I can do it. This body is temporary, mind is temporary, the mental need is temporary, physical need is temporary. So I need to give that suggestion to myself. I need to patience. So that process I'm calling facing the monster.
So had you experienced a 21-day fast before this, or was this the longest fast you've had?
Longest fast for me around maybe 5 days, 6 days.
So 21 was a big stretch. Wow.
Yeah, it's like a big jump.
Wow. Really big jump.
42 days blindfolding also big jump. 42 days 21 days silence also big jump. And I believe in shocking the body and mind. Actually, this is not extreme. If some people think this, it sounds like extreme, but I don't call it extreme. It's like giving challenge to ourselves, to bringing ourselves out of comfort zone, and seeing our integrity, seeing our level of commitment, seeing our patience, seeing our trust on ourselves. Once we commit, what we can do. And also we go through the whole process, so it gives us so much confidence.
You said that you challenge yourself to do this practice to deepen, right? Deepen your practice. And so do you feel like you reached your expectations, or did you have specific expectations, and were you able to achieve them?
Yes, so here rather we say expectation, rather I want to witness who I am. If I do this, who I am, what happens inside me. Is I am really do according to I committed, or just I give up. This is something I am doing research on me to know who I am. I'm speaking like this. Is it me? Or when I do some challenge, there is different me can come up. Is it me? So I want to dig inside who I am. So that is the process actually. So in that searching of who I am, there is no expectation. What unfolds, we need to experience it and go with it.
So who are you?
So as we all know, I'm the consciousness, and I have a choice. There is nothing in this physical world controlling us, but I can choose every situation, every reality happening in my life. So if there is a difficult of suffering, I can call it suffering, or I can call it it's my learning, it's my teaching, or I can call it this is the way life, so I can pass through. So what I mean is I am consciousness, and I can make choices. So this is what I realize up to now.
I feel like you already had a deep practice before, and that you could easily, go into a deep meditation and experience oneness.
Yes.
So I'm just curious about what was the was there a difference between you before and after the process? I feel like you've been experimenting on yourself for a long time already. So is there a difference between the Ojas before and after this practice?
Actually, I have the deep practices before. That's why I'm able to do this 42 days blindfolded and this all challenge. That is definitely, if I don't have that backup, definitely cannot do, because it's really hard thing. And second thing, I really understand how temporary everything. There is a time we really feel weak, but at that time, if we can be objective, things will change. This is one thing. But definitely, of course, this is I knew before, but again, again learning the same lesson, always good. Another key point is it's not only for me but to inspire our team. So our team never see me into that intense practices. They listen when I share about integrity, when I share about commitment, or be authentic with ourselves, these all things. But practically they don't see some experiment. Whatever I share, it's just like a stories for them. So this is also I did for the team. So team will learn how to be committed, how to be more patient. So after I did my 42 days practice, I also got a great feeling that if I can do this, I can do anything in this lifetime. That kind of feeling I experienced, and our team inspired a lot, and I see their involvement in our activities better than before.
Is this practice something you would recommend to your team that they try being blindfolded, maybe for not as long, but
Yes.
you said they
Yes.
were inspired, right? So did they want to try to do the same thing?
What I believe is we definitely need to do some out of comfort practices. Definitely. So 3 days fasting, 3 days blindfolding, because we need to alter our senses. We always use the same senses in the same mode. So we cannot be more objective. We know being objective is important. I am being objective, but profoundly we cannot be objective. So when we alter the senses and when we see our being in that altering state, that is the more possibility we can be objective profoundly. That's why I always guide team, do fasting 2 days, 3 days, but do in really with passion, with comfort. I mean, comfort in the sense with total acceptance. Don't do in suffering. For example, when I'm saying I felt so difficult during 42 days blindfolding, it does not mean I suffered. I accepted everything coming in my process, in my flow. I accepted. Yes, hunger is there. I accepted it. I cannot open my eyes. I accepted it, but I know it's temporary. So I'm coordinating the realities within me. That is not suffering. Maybe from outside people maybe think, oh, I make myself suffering, but that is different. So I guide our team, don't suffer, but do something out of comfort zone. So it improves your acceptance levels. So once I did for 42 days like this, 21 days fasting, and they really inspired, at least do 3 days, 4 days fasting, and everyone did it. After my practices, now our team committed to do more fastings often.
Is fasting something you do regularly?
Like every 15 days, at least 2 times, we do fasting.
And so when you say we, is it something you do together with
The whole team? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Our team working around 7 to 10 people full time. 7 people are full time actually. Another 3-4 people part time. So anything we do, we all do together. If someone want to challenge themselves more, they go for 3 days, 5 days, something like this.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. So tell me a little bit about, you've been doing a lot of online programs and trainings lately. Is that, do you do like longer retreats where with fasting with a group online? Is that something you've done?
Yes, these days we have been doing lots of online activities, our webinars or Zoom sessions. Because of COVID, now currently in our Vietnam, it's totally locked down last 2 months. So surprisingly, we need to do everything from the online. We really feel so good by switching everything to online, and we are enjoying it actually. Because online, when we do something with online, we need to learn new technology. We need to add something for upgrade our quality. So it's a lot of learning actually.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's interesting, and it actually allows us to reach a different part of the population that we don't get to with online in person. But I do miss the in-person interaction as well. Ojas, would you like to maybe lead us in a short meditation? Is that something you
Yes.
do now?
Sure.
For our audience? I always enjoy meditating with you.
Perfect.
Thank
So,
you.
shall we do 15 minutes practice?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Perfect. Dear friend, Let your body relax, stable. Gently bring all your attention to the natural happening of your body parts. Bring your attention on the face, on the neck, on the shoulders. Just notice what's going on and make sure you set straight, at the same time relax. It will allows you to be an observer of the present moment. Bring all the possible relaxation in this moment to your being. Once you felt relaxed, stable, this is the time to bring our attention to the breath. Breath is beyond our desires, our wantings, needs, our opinions, perceptions. Breath is not controlling by any of our culture or government systems. Breath exists by itself. It directly connected to the source. That is the reason breath is the key medium to improve our awareness. Just give chance to yourself. Stay tuned with natural breath. No matter what kind of mental activity happening right now, just let it be. You don't need to control anything in the mind. In fact, we cannot control the mind. We need to switch our focus into the essence, into the source. Then mind will settle down by itself. That is the secret. Just switch the whole attention, focus on the breath. A very natural breath happening in this moment. Entrance of the nostrils. Just observe. Notice how the breath moving out, moving in. Constantly observe, which helps you to improve your attentiveness, your focus, your stability. It helps you to be grounded. It increases your mindfulness and it gives the inner connection. It helps you to experience your inner space. A simple technique. All that you need to do, 100% attention. The process of observing breath. That's it. Stay tuned. Observe the breath consciously, objectively, attentively. That's beautiful, dear friend. Stay tuned. Continuously observing breath means you are learning how to trust yourself. You are giving chance to connect with your inner space, with your authentic self, the core being. That is the point where we have solution for any difficulty in the life. That is the point where we have answers for any question we have. Stay tuned with the flow of natural breath. Dear friend, in this moment, let us remind we are here on this earth with the role of a man, woman, brother, sister, friend, colleague, to explore the life, not to stuck anywhere with anyone or anything. We are here to flow in the life, just like a river. We are here on this earth with all these roles to live life to the fullest. Let us always remember we have a choice. A conscious choices allows us to experience liberation, enlightenment. Through our conscious lifestyle, we may inspire our fellow beings. We may care our environment, our Mother Earth, our animal friends. Let us explore the unity, oneness, the divine purity. We are one and we reflect. This is the reminders. Let us always remember for our own blessing. thanks to the higher sources, masters, and all the angels above and around. That's beautiful, friend. Let us gently open our eyes.
Thank you, Ojas.
Thank you, Windy. Thank you so much for having me here.
It's really, really nice to connect with you again, and hopefully I'll get to see you in real life soon.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. I'm wishing you a good evening.
Yes, wish you the same.
Namaste. Thank you to your team.
Thank you. Thank you.